So today is November 9th, 2024. So going to about 3 a.m. in the morning. My name is Joseph and I'm 36 years old. And the reason why I'm making this video and starting this project is because I really want to address the reality of living with ADHD. I know there are a lot of channels on YouTube, and we're just later on down the line where it's been spoken about by so many people in so many ways, but I wanted to share my experience just because it is something for me that is just, it factors into every single area of life. And I want to come to a point where I start to see a change in this seemingly never ending cycle. So I am, I guess, taking it upon myself to be vulnerable enough to speak about how this has impacted me, and just I hope that others may relate to it. So I've had a lot of different YouTube channels and I've tried different things. I think one thing about ADHD is that oftentimes you know that there are things inside of yourself that you want to bring out into the world to achieve, but the concentration is difficult. That's stating the obvious, but it's difficult to hold those things long enough in a disciplined way to see them into fruition. And right now, where I am in myself, being 36, there are a lot of boats that I feel have sailed when I compare myself to what others in my age group are doing. And that's by no means to say that you're supposed to have something in a sort of conventional status quo way when you're a certain age. I think we have free will and we can do and create whatever we want to, but at the same time, when you live in a society, you're going to be the odd one out if you've chosen to do something the other way, another way, or if you just haven't, you know, um, been able to jump through all the same hoops as other people. And there are a lot of reasons for that, but ADHD is one of those things that's very much invisible. And people don't really know why. When they look at you, they don't know why. They're like, why is that person not applying themselves? Why are they not this? Why are they not that? But I think it's only someone who's lived with this condition that knows the reality of how that impacts you and how a lot of your intentions and your goals for yourself don't mesh with a routine for success, right? So, like for example, right now, you can see I'm a sleeveless top. I've been doing well for myself. I'm happy. I'm eating healthier. I'm exercising just by doing low impact cardio, walking. Um, I have my green smoothies with my spinach and frozen berries and greens plus powder. I steam my vegetables for dinner with lean meat. Um, I'm trying to go to bed earlier. I have sleep apnea, so I'm making it a point to use the machine rather than falling asleep without it so I can get a better quality sleep, even though that's not always successful because it's hard to sleep with a machine. But these are all things I'm trying to do because I've asked myself, I'm like, I feel stuck. What can I do? What can I do to get up and out of this feeling like it's the end? It's the end of the line. And I missed everything. I missed school. I missed this. I missed that. And a large one is, I've spoken about it before, my teeth. I was very fortunate in my younger years to have dental insurance, have access to braces, and I just always used to basically get myself into a sugar rush as a child. Never used to brush my teeth um, before going to bed. I used to brush my teeth in the morning, but not before going to bed. And I have a twin sister with perfect teeth. The dentist compliments her on her teeth. Whereas for me, every time it's a new cavity, a new this or that, and that's all just because my relationship with routines. Never had a set bedtime, never had a set eating time. Everything is just all over the place. So, why I made this video and why I want to start this project is because it's something I can do. All I have to do is just speak and record. Um, and what I feel like right now is I'm proud of myself for having been able to sum up the will to apply myself, to keep the certain things in mind um, that push me through the best I can, that push me through the barriers. Sometimes I can talk myself into productive action, sometimes I can't. But what I fear with that is that the more I keep pushing myself is the more I verge on a burnout, because I know that very well it happens. Where you're like, okay, I'm just going to push, 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 try to get through this, try to get through that, and then all of a sudden you crash. So that's not realistic either. But, I've been eating well. Um, I've had success with, like, say, for example, intermittent fasting. Um, I had short term success because things crashed again. It's 3 a.m. Right now. All I really want to do is binge on food. Something very high in carbs, high glycemic. I want to, I've struggled with pornography and masturbation addiction. That's something that a lot of people would be ashamed of. But, we're coming to know, um, I don't want to make this all about that, but we're coming to know that, you know, pornography and masturbation is a way to kind of stoke that dopamine in the brain, and it acts very much like a drug, and can become a very addictive behavior. And I think a lot of people with ADHD, a lot of people in general, struggle with that quietly, but especially people with ADHD have a hard time, you know, keeping that indulgence on a short leash, to put it that way. I find myself just wanting to do something to get that stimulation, and I know this is where the medication would kick in, where it provides that boost of those chemicals that you're trying to seek elsewhere. Um, and I feel like I'm divided down the middle as far as there's a part of me that just wants to seek stimulation and fill that void right now that I'm feeling, that I'm sitting here. There's no way I can get back to sleep. I feel stir crazy just sitting here. Um, I'm not going to do like push ups or something right now. I'm not going to go out for a walk. But I really have no drive right now to read a book or to. So, why I'm bringing that up is just because I feel divided down the middle, that there's a part of me that wants to achieve goals that take stable, long term commitment, focus, little by little. I know what those are, but I know that the things I want to do to just feel normal are going to sabotage those things. Um, so I don't know. Maybe with this channel, it may be about how medication changes my life. Right now, I can't have medication because my blood pressure is too high. It's a result of poor oral hygiene, sleep apnea, um, lack of exercise, a lot of different things. I don't eat a lot of salt, so that's not a factor. But anyways, it's hereditary as well, high blood pressure. But anyways, Um, I'm sure there's other people out there who are going through these things. We tend to get stigmatized when we talk about our experiences, with porn addiction, for example. That's something that people will kind of like, put you over there for. But I really strongly feel like if we don't talk about these things, then, we just leave generations and generations to fall by the wayside, and pretend it's not happening. So it's not fair. It's not right. So this is just me. I'm glad to have ADHD in this life is because being here incarnated in this time in this way, it lets me know that this is a real experience that others are having. And when you have an experience that disables you, if I can put it that way for now, or at least feels that way, then it allows you to relate to other people that are having that experience as well. And that facade of perfection comes down because you say, wait a second, in the real world, people deal with all sorts of things. It's not just the people that put forward the social media perfect life and are doing well. Those are not the only people that exist and should be the standard for how everyone is supposed to be. It's just not what it is. So, anyways, um, if this video has reached you in a way that resonates, I'd appreciate engagement, comments. If you want to follow the page for developments, if you want to share your own stories, I appreciate it. But that's me for now. Um, I don't plan to make a big, heavily edited channel with like a lot of, hey, how you doing and all that stuff. I'm just trying to keep it real, just trying to get to it, because if I don't get to it, it's just not going to get done. So that's it, and hope everyone has a good night, good weekend, and all the best to everyone.